Match 15 of the IPL 2021, Kolkata versus Chennai at Mumbai. Let's look ahead to it then on Maruti Suzuki Presents. ESPNcricinfo T20 Timeout powered by Intel. Dale, Steyn and Ajit Agarkar are all set to join me, Ronald Kapoor.
We call it people technology.
Intel 入ってる. All right, let's start with Chennai's batting order then. They're coming off a win in that last game against Rajasthan. We're saying Sam Curran should be batting ahead of Dhoni and Jadeja. Ajit?
They certainly should use his form. I don't know whether it's necessarily batting ahead of Jadeja and Dhoni. It could depend on the situation. If they've lost a few wickets, perhaps MS can come a little bit earlier or Jadeja comes in a bit earlier. That day, certainly, I mean, he should have come where Ravindra Jadeja did, at least in my opinion, because of the form he's carrying, not because wrong with Ravindra Jadeja, but the form he's carrying, Chennai wouldn't want to waste that. Even when he came, he had a big six, played that little cameo with Bravo, and that made a difference to a decent score that Chennai got to. So when somebody's got that ability, of course he has, but the form that he's carrying at the moment, they should certainly try and make use of it.
Yeah, well, it's not about who's going down, and maybe Dhoni, Jadeja will be batting too low for their liking. But would you rather have that and use a man's form like Sam Curran, Dale?
Like Ajit says, it's not about whether Sam bats ahead of Jadeja or Dhoni. It's not the names or anything like that. It's really just the situation in which the game is asking for the player to step up. And I think the other night, that game was particularly asking for Sam Curran to walk out, and we saw Jadeja walk out. We could have seen Dhoni walk in after Curran. I'm not saying you could have pushed Dhoni further down the order, but definitely use Curran.
Dale? Looking at Sunil Narayan's record against Chennai, he's also been such a big player for them over the years. We're saying that they should look to play Narayan for this one. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, he's a fantastic bowler. He could come in and he could also open the batting. We've seen now that that Shubman Gill's not exactly scoring as quickly as Raina is, so there's a chance that he could come in and do that. We've seen Morgan do some weird things with his captaincy so far. It came off in the first game. There was glimpses of it coming off in the second game. So possibly changes to be made this time round. And Sunil Narayan, I mean, if you think IPL and Narayan and you look at his numbers, they are just incredible. He is an amazing player. It's hard to understand that he's sitting on the bench already. So I don't see any issues with it if he does come in.
I can't believe that in Chennai they're playing and they didn't start the tournament with Sunil Narayan. I mean, Shakib's a terrific player as well, but what Sunil Narayan provides, with the help that is there on that pitch, it's quite amazing that KKR chose not to start with him. And as far as batting's concerned, I don't think at the moment, Shakib's not in that good a form that he keeps him out on batting either. I think Narayan more than contributes with the bat. So I don't see why he shouldn't. He can be a match winner. And you saw last game, Morgan, after the first couple of overs, didn't show enough faith or didn't trust Shakib to bowl that 19th over. He gave it to an off spinner in front of two right-handed batsmen. So if that is also not going to be the case, then why not play Sunil Narayan?
Yep, fair enough. Now, Kolkata, Dale Steyn mentioned the point on Shubman Gill. He's had a few decent shots, then finds a way to get out. Dale, should Kolkata need more from him, don't they?
I think they just want him to push on. If you look at the numbers that he's been scoring, he's getting off to starts, and then you look at Raina, he's also getting off, but he's getting off to bigger starts. So they'd want to see more consistency from him right now. The best time to bat, if you're a batsman, opening batter in the first 6 overs. So use that opportunity. It does become a little bit more difficult. We've seen some of these wickets; they've gotten a little bit difficult to get away. So if you're going to be batting in the first 6. We've seen how quickly Warner can bat, how quickly Bairstow can bat in the first 6, how well some of the openers are doing. He's got to take that opportunity and run with it.
I mean, now you've got to start expecting more from Shubman Gill, not just the promise that he's shown or the talent that he has. Looked very good in that previous game, got off to a really good quick start, and you saw what ability he has. He's a terrific player. We've seen it before. But at the end of the day, with maturity, you've got to know how to score runs as well, and KKR would want a lot more runs from him than they're getting at the moment, certainly.
All right, perhaps you'd welcome the change from the chip up to the 1K days. We'll see how it goes for Shubman Gill. And lastly, we're saying that Raina and Dhoni, the kind of batting approach they take, Ajit, should look to bat freely if they are to try and optimize the depth in batting that Chennai has.
I think they've certainly tried. I think Raina got a 50 in the first game. I think the seamers have been in a little bit of trouble with the short ball in the last couple of games, and obviously the seamers are targeting him. But I don't think he's tried to. He's He certainly tried to accelerate in the middle of that inning. Even MS, I think MS Dhoni, even when he came, he wasn't. We saw a different MS Dhoni last year where he was trying to play himself in a little bit, and although he couldn't get going, he was at least trying, which is a good sign. It's someone who doesn't play cricket at all between IPLs. It's never easy to just come in and start swinging. So as long as the intent is there, I don't think it's that. I mean, you'd want more runs from them, obviously, but at least they're showing intent of trying to score quickly, which is still a good sign for Chennai. It's just that at the moment they're not doing it or doing it consistently enough. It's still early days, but I didn't think they were trying to prod along. I thought they were trying to at least accelerate when they did come in.
All right, Dale.
Yeah, I mean, you'll find that Raina will probably be attacked by a guy like Cummins. Like Ajit said, he's finding the short ball a little bit difficult right now. It kind of happens when you're not playing consistently all year round. I mean, Dhoni's the same. He's going from one IPL to the next and kind of missing that domestic season. So he's just finding it difficult to kind of not just rotate the strike, but then get the boundaries too. And Raina's the same. He's out of that kind of like that fierce competition that you're so used to when you're playing regular cricket. These guys are fantastic players, though. Let's be honest, they are fantastic players. So they're going to have their nights. Like we saw Raina, where he scored 50 the other night. He did play freely. He got the spinners away. We know he likes to take on the spinners, especially the slower bowlers. If it's in his area, he's going to hit you out of the ground. He's really good at that. And the same thing with Dhoni. But teams are smart in the way they're bowling against these guys right now. And it could be a concern if they don't get going soon for the rest of the tournament.
All right, Dale Steyn, Ajit Agarkar, thank you very much. This was our preview to the game between Kolkata and Chennai on Maruti Suzuki Presents ESPNcricinfo T20 Timeout, powered by Intel.
We call it people technology.
インテル入ってる。